Yo, what is up? What's up? Welcome to the Hangout. My name is BJ Kicks. I'm your lovely host. At least I think I'm lovely. But I buy comics, I read them, and I review them, all for your viewing pleasure. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. Now, like I said, I'm BJ Kicks, and this is the Hangout. This is our live show that we do every Thursday night at 7 p.m. So if you're watching this on the replay, first, thank you for watching this. Watching me live stream when I'm not live. Appreciate that. Hopefully, we can catch you live in another episode, maybe even next Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. I'd like that. Hope to see you then. But if you are here in the chat, say what's up. What's up, Reload? That's just a cool name. Yo, yo. My man Mentor Prizes is here. What's up? Mentor Prizes has managed to win things in a giveaway from myself and from the Uncanny Omar in the 70,000 subscriber celebration. So congratulations to you, Mentor Prizes. Digital Blackface is here. What's up? What's up? That's a cute profile picture. Aiden's here. What's up? And of course, Bunkmaster B is always trying to figure out if the murder needs a hook. Look, Allen Iverson told you this murder didn't need a hook. I'm just repeating the message. Tyler's here. What's up, Tyler? Kevin's here. DJ Lynx is here. Yo, huge congrats to DJ Lynx. DJ Lynx is at New York Comic Con signing his own New York Comic Con exclusive variant, doing big things. So that's what's up. When DJ Lynx wins, I feel like I win just because our names sound familiar. So, sounds similar. So, yeah, man. Congrats to DJ Lynx. He's probably doing it all in a pair of Timbs, which is so New York and also so unnecessary. What's up, Kevin? Hope you're doing well. And look, man, so I, unfortunately, am not at New York Comic Con. As you can see, I'm at the crib. And this is going to be our New York Comic Con consolation prize. That's what we're calling this one. So what I'm going to do is, today's Thursday. It's the first day of New York Comic Con. I expect that all the big announcements will be made further along in the weekend, most likely tomorrow, because, how else are you going to take advantage of the news cycle? So I'm expecting big announcements tomorrow, but yeah, we're going to go through whatever announcements I can find on the internet today. We're going to see how exciting they are. I'm already seeing there's a big event for DC. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about this multiverse explanation. We're going to talk about a few things. So not to spoil anything. Before we do, we got to shout out some people. So first, I want to shout out the channel sponsor, Organic Price Books. They help make the Hangout possible. So if you go to Organic Price Books for collected editions, trade paperbacks, omnis, collected editions of any sort, you can shop at Organic Price Books. And if you use my discount code BJ Kicks at checkout, you'll save $2 while supporting the channel. You could also use the code BJ Kicks, ship it together for orders of 3 books or more. Then you'll save 5%. You'll get all your books in one convenient package, and you'll support the channel with your purchase. So thanks, Organic Price Books, for sponsoring this video. And speaking of people sponsoring videos, thank you. Huge thank you to the channel family. Now, if you're looking in the chat right now and you see somebody with a Joker face next to their name, they are a member of the channel family. You can join at either the squad or the family levels, whichever, you'd like to join at, and you get special bonuses and perks. And you're basically a co-producer on this channel. So the channel family has decided what my next review will be, and that is going to be Eve by Victor Laval. So that video is actually coming pretty soon. So anyway, thanks to the channel family for supporting the channel. If you would like to support the channel, you can hit that join button down below the stream. And with that out of the way, we paid the bills. And speaking of paying bills, let's talk about some recent pickups that actually I got paid from my job. And that's how I paid for the recent pickups. But the first one I want to show you guys is this. This just came in the mail. This is Fantastic Four Full Circle by Alex Ross. It sold out at all of the direct market online retailers that you all know about. Yo, thank you, Reload, for becoming a member. I really appreciate that. Super dope. But yeah, so Fantastic Four Full Circle. This sold out at all like the usual suspects, organic price books, in stock trades, and so on. But because I did a good job at doing my day job, I got rewarded with a $20 Amazon gift card, and that was just enough to buy this. I think I had to put $1.40 with it. But this came in the mail today. I don't know if you saw the YouTube short that I uploaded, but the box came opened. And so I was really hoping this book wasn't all damaged and dinged up. And miraculously, there is not a mark on this thing, not a corner ding. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. No, that's not a corner ding. So, yeah, perfect condition. So, super dope. I think the Amazon distribution center is like really close to where I live. And so I can get luckier than most on certain Amazon purchases. So that's Fantastic Four Full Circle. Fun fact, I've never read a Fantastic Four story. I did read one or two issues of Hickman's run, but I haven't dove into that in earnest. But I saw a video of Alex Ross doing the inks for this book. And then on the Hangout a couple weeks ago, we looked at the art live on stream, and I was like, look, I'm sold. Even if I hate the story, that art is some of the best art I've seen all year. And so I bought it. And the fact that I effectively paid $1.50 for it makes it even better. So that's the first recent pickup. And then I know nobody cares about my sneakers here. I keep getting these fake sneakers in. And I'll tell you guys why. So I started a channel reviewing replica sneakers because I don't know if you know, but basically, if you have a YouTube channel, these sellers, it's like this underground sneaker market. All they want is to promote their stuff because they're going to get a few sales and then they're going to get shut down by whoever monitors like counterfeit goods online and stuff like that. So they'll send these promo items out for people to review. And I'm like, all right, cool. So my whole plan was, hey, maybe I can grow a sneaker channel enough to cover the losses on the comic channel and keep paying, for comics. What I didn't expect was that a video I did on that channel would go viral and like all of a sudden, like there'd be sneakers coming every day. And now I'm just like stuck in this because, I put in my contract, I have to put in I have to review the shoes within a week of them coming in the mail. So I'm just like sitting on a stack of shoes. Anyway, this came in today. This literally just came right before the stream started. This is a pair of the upcoming Air Jordan 6 Metallic Chrome. They look pretty good. There is one major flaw on them, and it's ironic because the retail version of this shoe doesn't come with this 3M backing, but the 3M backing is something that like everybody who loves a Jordan 6 wants on every Jordan 6. So ironically, the thing that makes this shoe better is the thing that makes it worse. So that review is coming to the Kicks on Kicks channel at some point. I edited 2 videos for that channel today. I got one scheduled for tomorrow. But yeah, there's more sneakers than there are days, and I got to hurry up and get them all out. So there'll be double uploads on that channel for a little bit. Bunkmaster says, I've been commenting over at Kicks on Kicks. Don't say we don't care. Word. I appreciate that. There are a few of you that do care about sneakers. I just try not to be obnoxious and talk about sneakers on a comic channel for too long, right? So that was another recent pickup. And with that, we can go. Oh, who sent me this? I have to shout out the person that sent it. And I have to find my document where I write down the names of the people that send things. Jordan 6 Chrome came from uashoe.ru. All right. Now that we're done with the recent pickups, let's talk about some things I read. Some things I read this week and weekend. So, reviews of the week. I'm actually behind on my pull list. Surprise, surprise, because I don't I don't spend my regular money on comic books. Like I don't spend like my paychecks and stuff on comic books. I can only buy comics with side hustle money. So when a client is late on a payment, that means I'm late at the comic shop. So I finally picked up last week's books and this week's books. So I'm not caught up on Judgment Day. So I didn't read Judgment Day or X-Men Red #7 yet. And I haven't read this AXE X-Men yet because I want to read the AXE Avengers from last week. But one book I did read from last week was The Amazing Spider-Man #10. And I don't even know where I put that single issue, so I'll just pull up the digital to show you the cover. So I read Amazing Spider-Man #10 maybe 30 minutes ago. And I'm going to warn you guys, I'm going to spoil this issue and this issue only. Um, I will not spoil the Judgment Day event. I can't spoil it. It's not over yet. But I am going to spoil this particular issue. So if you don't want Amazing Spider-Man spoiled, cover your ears for about 30 seconds. So basically, this whole Judgment Day event has been pretty interesting. So the Eternals decided they wanted to kill the X-Men because the X-Men are deviating from whatever they're not supposed to deviate from. They're deviants. So they're trying to kill the X-Men. The Avengers have teamed up with other like factions of the Eternals to try to stop the Eternals. And to do that, they raised a Celestial. And a Celestial is supposed to be like, the Eternals' God. And they would like whip the Eternals into submission. But no, that's not what happened. When the humans decided to play God and raise up a God, that God decided that it was going to be Judgment Day. And basically, over the next 24 hours of like comic book time, which translates to 5 weeks of regular time somehow, they're going to be individually judging the humans, the citizens of Earth. So you're going to be judged. Basically, the Celestial's going to be God and be like, yo, like, you are worthy or you are not. And if more people are deemed worthy, then the earth will go on. And if more people are not deemed worthy, then there will be no tomorrow. So we pick up in The Amazing Spider-Man #10 with people just kind of reeling from that announcement, right? And it's funny because I think this is written by Zeb Wells. Art is by Nick Dragata, which, well, I'll get into my thoughts on the art in a second. But we get into the story with everyone in the book just kind of fumbling over themselves to prove that they're a good person. So you got J. Jonah Jameson calling his loved ones, like trying to apologize for all the wrong he's ever done in life. He apologizes to Peter Parker for like treating him like a jerk and all these other things, right? You had the newscasters like, hey, we're just objectively reporting on the news. And then one of them is like, doesn't that mean we profit off of like negativity since most of the news is negative? It was just funny. Anyway, not to spoil every piece of dialogue in this book, but you got people realizing they're being judged and trying to like put forth the best versions of themselves in hopes that it would help their judgment. Now, the Celestial either appears as itself, like in like a big giant robot form, or it appears as someone that you love before it passes judgment. And so we open this issue with Peter Parker kind of getting briefed as to what the Celestial is and whether or not the situation is real and what it means if someone that you may have loved is all of a sudden showing up, as a ghost in your bedroom because the ghost of Gwen Stacy is in Spider-Man's bedroom. And basically, Gwen Stacy follows Spider-Man around the entire issue as he's kind of doing his thing in daily life. And at the end, she judges him. And this is the spoilery part. So hold on. All right. So this is the spoilery part. Um, Gwen Stacy judges Peter Parker and deems him worthy. And I think the impact of that is pretty interesting when you consider the last 9 issues of this run has been like the world around Peter Parker telling us that Peter has hit rock bottom and burned all these different bridges and all these different things. And so the speech that Gwen Stacy gives Peter Parker as she judges him, um, it's just nice. I thought overall this was a very good issue. All right. I thought overall this was a very good issue. It was a very heartfelt issue. And it really kind of captured the heart of Spider-Man. Um, and if you're a Gwen Stacy fan, if you're a classic Spider-Man fan, you'll enjoy this issue even if you haven't been reading the rest of it. And then also, you don't really have to read the Judgment Day event to understand this issue. It's very self-contained, and I thought that was dope too. So all in all, this was a great Spider-Man issue. I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10. I might even give it a 9. This might be a number a 9 out of 10. And I say that because the art in this issue was really good. Like so much better than the art has been. Um, and we all know who's been doing the art. But it's just been really good. There was a nice moment with uh, Uncle Ben. Really good stuff. So that was the first book I read, and that's the only book that I'm going to spoil today. Let's see. Reload says ASM 10 was a fun read. I agree. And then the book that I read from this week, Batman 128. Of course, I read Batman already. So Chip Zdarsky's fourth issue of Batman, 125, 126, 120. Yes, fourth issue of Batman. I can't lie, and we talked about this in the Discord, but basically, this was more action. So if you don't know, Batman created a robot android named Failsafe to, stop him in case he ever went rogue. Now, why the android thinks Batman or Bruce Wayne went rogue is something for you to read and figure out through the rest of Chip Zdarsky's run that started 3 issues ago. But what I will tell you is in this issue, we've gotten reinforcements called in from the rest of the Justice League. And this issue is kind of like Tower of Babel 2.0, but with the ante upped. Cap that fool. But anyway, the this issue was pretty dope. What I was expecting was more of like a sort of origin story for Failsafe. Like, can we get like understanding of what conditions surrounded Batman creating this robot and so on? And that's not what we got in here. Instead, we just got a lot more action with sort of background as we go. Because Batman has to sort of tell us what he thinks this robot's going to do. So, all in all, Chip Zdarsky's run has been about sort of Batman coming to terms with the things that he used to do and all that stuff coming back to bite him. So I've been enjoying it. All in all, I would say this issue is still a solid 7.5, maybe 8 out of 10. The art is great. The action's great. There were some real heartfelt moments that were good, but I can't lie, especially now that Skip pointed it out. I was expecting a little bit more depth in the issue, not just action. But when I tell you the action in this book was high stakes, um, at one point, Batman is incapacitated for a while, and I won't say how long a while is. And he wakes up to find out that the stakes are even higher, that the situation has gotten even worse. And it's going to be a really dope to see how this arc ends. And that's all I'm going to say. But it's really good. It's really good. This whole, yeah, the action this has descended into, or the way the stakes were raised in this issue, were really, really, really cool. And then there's a backup issue or a backup story, also written by Chip Zdarsky, where we're getting the origin of the Batman of Zur-En-Arrh. And I can't lie, it was a little bit trippy because we're sort of reading it through like Batman's journal entries or his inner thoughts, but then we're also seeing stuff happen in real time. But yeah, yeah. So I love the art. I love the throwback art, and I'm planning to read this backup feature again soon. But I think it was a little bit jarring to try to read this right after I'd read the other or the A story. So those were this week's reviews. Uh, did I give Batman a grade? I'd say 7.5. I don't think I would give it an 8. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. It was really good. Mentor Project says it was most likely obvious, but it was nice of them to clarify when the failsafe arc takes place in the timeline. Yes, they did tell us that this takes place before the events of Dark Crisis, which I guess that yeah, it's sort semi obvious because we assume that whenever Dark Crisis does the big reset thing it's gonna do, that whatever has happened in comics up until that point happened before that reset. But it was nice of them to like tell us that. So yeah, those are my reviews. Next up is me getting caught up on AXE. I have a wedding to go to tomorrow. I should probably take off work tomorrow to get ready for a wedding. I don't think I've worn a suit in at least a year. I went to another wedding about this time last year. That was the last time I dressed up for any reason at all. So hopefully those clothes still fit. But anyway, when that wedding's over this weekend, I'm gonna take some time getting caught up on the AXE stuff, and everything else will just kind of be like an afterthought. I did try to read this. This is Spider-Man #1 by Dan Slott with art by Mark Bagley. And I'll tell you what, it was really entertaining for like the first 5 pages. And then it became clear that this was like a multiverse story or a Spider-Verse story, if you will. And that's on me for not doing any research before I picked up the book. Um, but yeah, yeah. I literally stopped because I was like, okay, there's background on this story that I need. And so I didn't finish the book. Art is really good though, and the first 5 pages were very entertaining. It was Spider-Man doing a whole quip on the hyphen in his name, and I thought that was funny. So I expect it'll be entertaining enough. It wasn't blowing me out of the water though. C Rook says, "Didn't you wear a suit to your interview?" You're right. It was a virtual interview, but I did make sure I wore pants. I didn't wear a whole suit, but I did wear a shirt and tie. That did happen. That was in like, when was that? June? You're right. You're right. I haven't worn a suit out anywhere since long before then, though. But yeah, so that's cool. I think I interviewed in May. I didn't hear about the job until June. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, so we've talked about all the topics that we could, except, you know, stuff going on in the news. And I was supposed to take off that comment first. Whoops. In the news. So this segment is basically going to be the rest of the show tonight. We are talking about comic book news. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to scrub and try to figure out what all we've gotten as an announcement at um, New York Comic Con so far. Like I said, with it being the Thursday, I don't expect there's going to be a ton of new announcements, but we'll do a part 2 of this next week. So yeah. Um, let's see. Glitter and duct tapes here. Happy Thursday evening, everyone. What's up, Glitter? What's up, Glitter? But yeah, Kevin says, I only picked up Spider-Man because it was #1. Have not read it. Same. Well, I picked it up because it was #1, because Mark Bagley was on art, and probably the biggest reason was this cover, this incentive cover by Ryan Stegman. I just love when Ryan Stegman draws Spider-Man. And for that reason, I'm gonna buy the Spectacular Spider-Man. or the Superior Spider-Man Omnibus next year by Dan Slott because Ryan Stegman does a lot of art there. But yeah, I just like Ryan Stegman's Spider-Man, so I bought that issue. Probably didn't need to spend as much money as I spent on it. It was $10, but um, it was payday, so I was vulnerable. The gift and the curse of self-employment, or freelance work, I should say. But yeah, so let's see. I found really just like one major announcement, and we'll go ahead and jump right into it. Oh, there's a lot of stuff. All right, so we're just gonna kind of read. Well, yeah, there's one big announcement, so let's do that one first. Ah, yes, R.I.P. to Kim Jong-gi. Kim Jong-gi being a legendary comic artist who was only in his 40s. It was interesting because I had just seen a video of Kim Jong-gi like doing like this huge mural type image. And then like 2 days later, he died. The official announcement says that he was about to get on a plane. He would start experiencing chest pains, went to the hospital. They were going to do surgery and he died. Um, it doesn't say if it was during the surgery or just at the hospital. So it's an apparent heart attack. But yeah, so that really sucks. It sucks to lose anyone, but to lose someone that young and unexpectedly. Like I think he was supposed to be at New York Comic Con. Um, and yeah, unfortunately, it's not going to be there. 47 years old. But what's good, Ilika? My bad. Um, yeah, man, that's wild. So let me share my screen. And we will start by talking about this new event. Good Lord, AIPT, all these ads. DC just announced a new event called Lazarus Planet. And I don't know what Lazarus Planet means, but here we've got Poison Ivy, Batman, Power Girl, and front and center is Monkey Prince. I don't know if anybody's even reading Monkey Prince. I have been reading Monkey Prince, but I'm a little bit behind. DC 2023 springy or 2023 event Lazarus Planet springs from Batman versus Robin. In Lazarus Planet, people across the globe begin to develop strange new abilities and witness a whole host of chaos unlike anything the DCU has experienced before. Looks like it's going to be headlined by Mark Waid, Ricardo Federici, Gene Lin Yang, who is writing Monkey Prince right now, Billy Tan, Nicole Maines, Skylar Partridge, Francis Manipul, who was doing those covers on Robin at one point, Dan Waters, Philip Kennedy Johnson of Superman fame, and Josie Campbell will be joining this event. So following Batman versus Robin, this number 4, good Lord, are we spoiling Batman versus Robin after one issue? The curse of like reading comic book news. Let's just say something happens in Batman versus Robin that creates, a catastrophic event. I really like this cover. Oh, we got Cyborg. This is an interesting team. Damian Wayne, the Monkey Prince, Poison Ivy, Cyborg, Batman, and Power Girl. I don't even know how Power Girl's here, but I assume between Dark Crisis and Batman versus Robin, we'll figure it out. And okay, well, at least this is a short event. It looks like this is going to be a weekly event that happens starting the first week of January. 10th, 17th, yeah. So 2 months of releases, basically. Okay. I really love this teaser art. Batman's got Dr. Fate's helmet on. Katana's here. We have a blue energy Superman that's apparently Superboy because Superman's bigger than this. All right, man. All right. All right. What is happening right now? Another big event spoiled by DC. Dog, I hate it here. That is so wild. That is wild. But anyway, that's interesting. Let's go to this DC website and see if there's any other big announcements showing up yet. All right. So it looks like the only big announcement here is the Lazarus Planet. Oh, we got a nice spotlight on hardware. That's pretty cool. So yeah, how you guys feeling about the Lazarus Planet? Um, I'm good if I don't ever hear the word Lazarus again in DC Comics. Lazarus Pit, Lazarus Island, Lazarus Tournament, the Lazarus Volcano. Whole lot of Lazarus. Just got an alert that my tight end slot on my fantasy team is empty. Do I have a tight end? I might have traded away my tight end. All right, let me go to the market and find myself a tight end. Tight end's got to be the worst name for a position, by the way. All right, I'll get this guy, H. Henry. I got to drop somebody. Who am I going to drop? Well, that's why I don't have a tight end, because everybody else sucks. All right, I'll drop Teddy Bridgewater. Can't add a player you drop until the waiver period. Oh, I dropped that guy. Anyways, I don't know how to do fantasy football. I joined this league because whatever. Coming next week, Lazarus Pit sneakers. You know, if there's a pair, I'll find them. Kevin Pitts just can't do it. What event is it going to take us to? Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of events, let's see if there's other news that we should be following. I did just pick up a Marvel previews. I don't remember where I put it, but I picked up a Marvel previews this week, and that Dark Web Spider-Man event looks like something I want no parts of, but it's crossing over into X-Men, so I'm kind of gonna have to read it. That sucks. Let's see. Let's see if there's any other news coming out of Comic-Con. There's a trailer for the new Super Mario Brothers movie. Didn't know that was a thing. Ezra Miller reportedly shot pickups for The Flash. So they are not on the outs with DC as people would like us to think. For worse or for worse, they're still kicking. And the movie's still set to debut in June. Let's see. There's honestly not a ton of news coming out of Comic-Con right now. I'm slightly surprised. All right. Well, there's another article about DC's announcement in the universe or the Lazarus Planet, and it's really just breaking down the multiverse. But there are quotes here about other series going on at DC. So let's pull this article up. Did you see the new Fantastic Four series preview that came out today? Art looks great. I did not see that. I'll have to pull that up in a second here. Past few years have been so weird for DC between Death Metal, Infinite Frontier, Dark Crisis, and now Lazarus Planet. I'm so confused on what they're trying to do here. Same. Imagine being me, who just started reading DC, like right before Death Metal, basically. I'm like, yo, I thought Death Metal was the reset that we were waiting for. And then I thought Infinite Frontier was the reset we were waiting for. And now we got Dark Crisis. What is happening right now, fam? What is going on, DC? I need to know. I need to know. So let's share this other article real quick. All right. So DC dives into the multiverse at New York Comic Con. We already talked about Lazarus. What is it? Lazarus Island, Lazarus World, Lazarus Planet. And then apparently there is going to be a series called Nubia and the Justice League, making Nubia not just the Black Diana or the Black Wonder Woman, but a well-rounded character in her own right. You know what's interesting is Stephanie Williams. This is Stephanie Williams right here. I met her at Heroes Con. She's a really dope personality. She's really funny. But anyway, she's been pretty much single-handedly writing Nubia for the last year and a half. I haven't been reading it, but I really hope it's good. I assume it's good because they keep giving her Nubia miniseries to write. But I also hope that she's able to write something outside of Nubia soon. Because I don't want her to be like typecast, for lack of a better term, into just being the black girl that writes the black girl at DC. Let's see. She also teased a Colonel Future holiday story featuring Superman and Wonder Woman. Colonel Future is a little known DC character who can see the future, but is really bad at interpreting it. Okay. That sounds like the type of thing that Stephanie Williams would be good at because she's really good at humor. She's got a a webtoon called But What If Though? And it's just superheroes in like all these random situations. There was one that was a parody of Living Single. And it was just really funny one-page webtoons. And I really liked it. So hopefully Stephanie Williams gets to like see some more action on books that would suit her. A DC character who can see the future but's really bad at interpreting it sounds like humor waiting to happen. And she's a funny person, just naturally. Matthew Rosenberg talked about his upcoming Wildcat series, describing it as an explosive, action-packed debut of a new team. No one knows whether they're the good guys or the bad guys. The Court of Owls will be the main antagonist of the first arc, and issue number 1 hit stands next month. And that's really all the news coming out of DC so far. So, Stephanie Williams is getting another Nubia title, and Matthew Rosenberg is writing Wildcats, which we knew Matthew Rosenberg was writing Wildcats. I think I just saw the logo. They just teased the logo for it recently. But here's a preview page of the art for Wildcats. And Steven Segovia is doing the art. Steven Segovia was on I Am Batman at one point. He also did a fill-in page or fill-in issue of either Spawn or King Spawn. Steven Segovia is pretty dope. So I would at least buy issue 1. There's Grifter. I've never read Wildcats. My only real exposure to Wildcats had been some of the Grifter side stories in Batman in the last year or so. I haven't read the original Jim Lee Wildcats, though. But apparently this is spinning out of those Batman pages. So definitely some interesting covers. Ooh, this one's cool. With Grifter's mask over the mask from the Court of Owls. Got the Talon there. Yeah. I think this is my favorite of the regular covers or the issue one covers. Seems interesting enough. You guys excited for um, Wildcats? It just seems like something like from the '90s that could be cool, but probably would have been better served to have been an ongoing book a while back. I think it's weird to just bring it back 30 years later. Hopefully, it's good though. There is another story that I want to share. So let's do this. This is some pretty big news that dropped today. Spawn. Todd McFarlane teased it, I want to say yesterday, and then was like, actually, the announcement's coming today. But it's the new Spawn movie hired new writers. So Jamie Foxx is still supposed to be starring in this Spawn movie, and presumably Todd McFarlane, hired the writers from Joker and Falcon and the Winter Soldier to write a new script. What's interesting is like, while yeah, this is news, right? Like it's a new thing that's happened with this movie. It sounds like we're really not much closer at all to a Spawn movie. Like this announcement is basically that, hey, we're starting over. And also, we're still looking for a studio partner. So like we don't have a script. All we have are commitments from Jamie Foxx to star in this movie at some point, which by the way, Jamie Foxx has got to be like 50 years old. How old is Jamie Foxx? Jamie Foxx is 54 years old. So, I mean, he's talented. Do I want to see Jamie Foxx at 60 playing Spawn? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, there's no studio attached. There's no script. It's just about to get rewritten. This movie hasn't been greenlit anywhere. This movie is not any this movie is not any closer to being made. But I guess if you're like, oh, we got these really good writers, then maybe a studio will bite. And that's the point of making this big splash, trying to get as much news coverage as you can. So then the studio's like, oh, wait, Spawn's available? But Spawn has been available and really well publicized while available for the last like 50 years. So I don't know. I don't want to be the I want to be the what is it called? The Debbie Downer here. But this is like non-news. Blade script also getting rewritten. Yeah, I heard that. They lost their director and then now they're going back to the drawing board. But yeah, Mahershala will be 50 by the time Blade comes out. Mahershala still looks super young. And I guess to be fair, Jamie Foxx doesn't look 54. But like Mahershala looks believable as a younger dude. I am like, okay, well, how's the action going to be? But then I remember that Hollywood people have nothing better to do than to sit in the gym all day. And they probably are in better shape at 50 and 55 than I am at 32 sitting at a desk all day. So there's that. Tayshawn said he's been talking about this Spawn movie since Sci-Fi did that documentary on him, maybe even longer than that. Look, if that movie didn't get picked up during all the press for Spawn 300, like, and then it didn't get picked up when the Spawn universe launched, there's not going to be too many more great press opportunities to make people feel like Spawn is a viable superhero title. I don't know. I guess the best luck is that people keep loving these Sam Raimi movies and love more horror in their MCU. And then people are like, all right, well, people love horror in their comic book media. Let's try it. Let's try it with Spawn. The hairline Jamie bought is only 13. That's hilarious. An announcement just to keep us hanging on. Excited about the movie, but not sure about Jamie Foxx. Yeah, I'm not sure about Jamie Foxx either. But I mean, who else would play Spawn? Well, that's the other thing. I guess, like, It's Spawn. So you don't even really get to capitalize on like, oh, it's Jamie Foxx because he's gonna be Jamie Foxx for like 5 minutes of the movie, and then he's gonna be disfigured mess of a man, but he'll have a mask on. So thoughts on the original Spawn movie starring Michael Jai White? I don't think I caught. I don't think I finished that movie. My wife and I watched that one during the pandemic before Squeak was born, but not long before Squeak was born. I want to say HBO Max had just come out, and we watched it then. Um, it was a difficult watch for me. The CGI cape was a bit much. It was very comic book like. All in all, I was like, this movie was probably cool in 1994 or 96 or whenever it came out, but it was a difficult watch in 2020. I agree that the animated series is a much better watch. I agree with that. So, yeah, new Spawn movie snags new screenwriters. Jamie Foxx is still attached to star. I'm looking to see if we have any more news coming out of New York Comic Con. The short version seems to be not really, fam, not really. Okay, there's a new story coming out from Marvel. That's interesting. I'll pull that up in just a second. Meanwhile, my dog is gonna like just bark until his head falls off. All right, let's pull this up. So, Marvel just announced a series, a crossover event called Captain America Cold War. So, if we're not following, there are two Captain America series right now. And I don't remember the names of them. One of them is Sentinel of Liberty, and one of them is something else. But there's a Sam Wilson series, and there's a Steve Rogers series. So apparently they're going to be crossing over in a series called Captain America Cold War. Be a culmination of the threats, battles, and mysteries that have been at the center of both Steve and Sam's adventures since the start of this new era. Secret origin of Steve's shield, Outer Circle stepping out from the shadows, White Wolf's vicious attack, the return of Nomad has all been leading to this. This bold chapter will leave a lasting impact on Captain America's legacy that fans dare not miss. Get a sneak peek in this look right now at his new look. Whose new look? Captain America? Is this Steve Rogers? With variant covers. Oh, this is the Winter Soldier. Got it. Captain America and the Winter Soldier special. Huh. That's an interesting look. Okay. I've read some of Ed Brubaker's Captain America. I've not read any other Captain America. I don't know if this is where I would jump in or not, but Symbol of Truth. That's the name of the other Captain America book. So Captain America and the Winter Soldier special comes out in November. And then Captain America Cold War, the event, starts in April of next year. Interesting. Oh, snap. I was scrolling in a whole different in a different tab. My bad, guys. So yeah, these are the new designs for the Winter Soldier, which is pretty cool. And here's the promo graphic. Never seen interior artwork from future issues. Attendees witness character transformations on the horizon for two major figures in the mythos. Ian Rogers as Nomad, Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier. Okay. I don't know, man. I might jump in here. It looks interesting to me. And maybe it's just the promo art that's getting me. But I like it. And yeah, I mean, honestly, it's been a slower news day. So Nick Khan shared a link on my top. Hey yo, don't. This is why I gotta stop adding people on Facebook. But yeah, so that's our Comic Con news. We got DC doing an event again, and Marvel announcing the Captain America crossover, basically Captain America event for April. So we know what to expect from the big two. I'm really curious to know what Milestones got up their stream or up their sleeves for later on, because they pushed back Static Shadows of Dakota. It was supposed to come out this week. They pushed back the release of that book and said that they would announce at New York Comic Con some really big milestone news. I've got to say, I mean, I've got to assume that it's news about the animated feature, not the actual feature film. That's my assumption, I should say. But also, Nick Draper Ivey has been like not saying anything about the movie, but all the outlets have been saying that Nick Draper Ivey said, "Don't worry, because the movie's still happening," even though that's not what he said. You guys talk about the movie, Mario movie. That's news, right? I saw that. Does that count as comic book related? Chris Pratt is apparently voicing Mario. There's a trailer. Can we watch the trailer without getting like shut down? Is that a thing? Like, is that allowed? We can do a live reaction to this trailer. They'll probably drop the big news Friday or Saturday. Yeah, I assume so. I didn't think we get a ton of news on Friday. Mario's movie direct. Okay, why did they give us a? They really put up a 45-minute video with a trailer at the end. All right, let's try it. Oh snap! My bad. Try this once more. Wait, what's happening? Oh, hold on. I was sharing the wrong tab. Somehow I had it open in 2 tabs. Can you tell I'm really good at technology and my job is figuring out technology for multi-million-dollar corporations? Can you tell? All right, let's try this one more time. All right. Let's back this up like a couple of frames. Okay.
Behold, the king of the Koopas!
Oh, snap.
Open the gates! is but a taste of our fury. Do you yield?
I do not. I finally found it. Now who's gonna stop me?
What is this place?
Do not touch that mushroom, you'll die! Oh, I'm sorry. That one's perfectly fine. Come on, Mario!
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come!
I want to thank all of you for
Yo.
being part of this.
I'm absolutely going to see that. I am absolutely going to see that because that's going to be amazing. It's really fun. Skip missed all the comic talk. Well, my bad, dog. I mean, I did load it at the beginning with comics. I did my review of Batman. I did my review of Amazing Spider-Man number 10. We try to look at some comic news. There's not a ton of comic news out of Comic-Con. Not surprisingly, because today's Thursday. It's not even like really a Comic-Con day. It's just a day for you to arrive and see what's going to happen. You know? They got Bowser going hard on them. Word. See, I was a PlayStation kid coming up back when like the platforms didn't share their characters with each other and stuff. So I'm not crazy familiar with Mario. I didn't have the N64 or like anything with Mario on it, really. I had a Game Boy and I had Super Mario Brothers 2, but I never like beat it. So, yeah. Skip will run it back. We're honestly about to end because there's not a ton to talk about, and I didn't plan that far ahead of there not being any news. So, yeah. And I also didn't bring myself any water to drink. So, we're grasping at straws here. But yeah. So, that's my comic talk for the week. Let's see. I was personally hoping for a shot-for-shot remake of the original Mario Brothers movie using the original script. This is okay, too. Look, I vaguely remember the Super Mario Brothers cartoon. It used to come on when I was getting ready for school in the mornings. And I did play Mario a couple of times. Like, my cousin had a Super Nintendo, so when we would go to New York for the summers, I'd play with that. But, yeah. My household has to have all systems. Yo, you're rich. We picked one. So, like, when my cousins had, like, I had a Sega Saturn for a little while. And then once I got the PlayStation 1, and then we got a PlayStation 2, I think by the time the PlayStation 3 came out, I kind of aged out of video games. So, well, aged out, says the guy who's still reading comics and talking about them on a weekly basis on YouTube. Bring back Leguizamo. Skip says, all right, man, I won't hold you up. But yeah. So yeah, we'll do this again next week with actual comic news. Or maybe we won't, because by then all the news will be super old. And we'll talk about something that I actually do plan. And yeah. PS4 and PC does a decent job of keeping me entertained. I really want a PS5 to play all these new Marvel games coming out. Spider-Man, Wolverine, and that's really it. So I haven't bought one. And even if I wanted to buy one, I couldn't find one. And I'm broke. So there's that. But anyway, look, guys, this was fun. I enjoyed talking about comics, talking about a little bit of comic news. And we're just going to call this an abridged version of the Hangout. No need to stretch it out. I will see you guys in the K Squad, whether you're on in the Facebook group or in the Discord server. We'll see you guys in the chat. Shout out to Skip and Tosh. Shout out my man Bunk Master B. And with that, Kevin's rich, man. Kevin's got all the sneakers. Kevin's got all the systems. I'm gonna borrow like $30 from Kevin. But yeah, man. So with that, I will see you guys next Thursday, same time, same channel. And appreciate you guys being here. Hope you saw something you liked in this video. And if not, hey, that's cool. You can always buy what you like. Just make sure you read what you buy. And be nice to others. This kindness makes the world go round. Peace.